It was a quiet evening at my ranch. Then 3 black SUVs pulled up. Men in FBI jackets jumped out. They shouted that my land was being seized. My wife asked for a warrant. One of them slapped her across the face. That was their biggest mistake. Because I am not just a rancher. I am a Navy SEAL. And tonight, they were going to learn why that matters. The raid. The night air was calm, but my dogs were restless. They sensed danger before I did. 3 men walked toward my porch. One yelled, "This property is under investigation." Another said, "Pack your bags and leave now." My wife stood tall. She asked, "Where is the warrant? Show me the papers." The man smirked. He stepped closer, and then he slapped her. Her head turned. Her eyes filled with tears, but she did not back down. My blood boiled. The soldier inside me woke up. They had no idea what they had just done. I walked to my barn, locked the door, picked up my shotgun, strapped on my old combat boots, and whispered to my dogs, "Tonight we go to war." Outside, the men laughed. "Come out, old man, or we'll drag you out." I cut the power. The ranch went dark, and I said quietly, "You just signed your death warrant." The men froze in the darkness. They weren't real FBI. They were cowards with fake jackets. I opened the barn door. 3 shadows burst forward. My dogs attacked. The first man fell hard. He screamed as the dog pinned him to the dirt. The second man raised his gun, but before he could shoot, I was already behind him. I grabbed his arm, twisted. The gun dropped. I growled in his ear, "Your badge is fake. Your courage is fake. And now, your time is fake, too." Then I smashed his head into the ground. The third man panicked. He ran toward the SUVs, but he stopped cold. On the porch stood my wife, holding my backup shotgun. She cocked it and said, "One more step, and you're done." The man's face went pale. I walked up slowly, boots crunching in the dirt. My eyes locked on him. He stammered, "We're FBI, you can't." I cut him off. "You slapped my wife. You thought you were tough. Now, let's see how tough you really are." My fists did the talking. One strike, then another. His nose shattered. He dropped like a stone. Silence. Only the sound of dogs growling, and my wife breathing hard. I tied the men near the barn, checked their SUV. Inside I found fake badges, fake IDs, fake warrants. They weren't FBI. They were criminals. And tonight, they picked the wrong house. I called the sheriff. 30 minutes later, red and blue lights lit the driveway. Sheriff Miller stepped out. He looked at the tied-up men, and then at me. "John," he said, "what the hell happened here?" I told him everything. How they came, how they slapped my wife, how they tried to steal my land. He checked their IDs. His face turned grim. "These aren't FBI. These men are wanted criminals. Extortion, kidnapping, property scams. We've been hunting them for months. You caught them yourself." One of the men groaned. "Please, we didn't know you were Navy SEAL." I bent down, looked him in the eyes, and said, "You didn't need to know. All you needed was respect, and you had none." The sheriff's deputies dragged them away. My dogs barked until the last SUV left the driveway. The sheriff turned to me. "No, John, I should arrest you for what you did. But truth is, you saved lives tonight. If it wasn't for you, they'd hit another family." I nodded. "I don't want thanks. I don't want medals. I just want peace." My wife stood beside me, her cheeks still red, but her eyes strong. She whispered, "They'll never forget this night." I held her hand and replied, "Neither will I. But if anyone comes again, I won't stop at mercy." Narrator closing. "They came with fake badges. They came with lies. They slapped my wife and thought they could win. But they forgot who I am. I am a Navy SEAL. And when you cross my family, you face a soldier who never lost a war."